this is officially the craziest time in the market that I've personally ever seen. And the question now becomes whether we should all in immediately, because what Trump just did is just absolutely phenomenal. So the markets are reacting very promptly. So we just video from the beginning and until the end. I'll give you all the details. I'll show you my trades and my idea going forward. And I'm actually still on my FedEx journey, meeting so many interesting people, and I'm actually coming to you guys straight from Los Angeles. So sunny, beautiful, stable, amazing Los Angeles. We'll spend some time here for the next couple of days. Gotta take care of a lot of stuff, so that's why the video is gonna be again this format, so apologies for this. But if you still enjoyed them, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's just dive straight into this. Because look at S&P 500. What the hell is going on? What a huge buyback, what a huge reversal. In reality, today, the market has had the largest single day reversal in stock market history. History was just made, and it was made by none other than Donald J. Trump. It's insane. So, single hugest day in S&P 500, historically. It's a historic day, and not to the downside, but to the upside. So the reason why this happened, and before we discuss whether we want to ape in, going all in right now, because this is it, this was the bottom, we're going all in. Most people will lose money here, in my opinion, but let's just dive into the reasons what happened. So, first of all, Trump came out and said that he's raising the tariff on China all the way up to 125% tariff on China. So this means that all the stuff that is made in China, which is most of the stuff in the US, everything you see everywhere in the US is made in China. The computers, Apple, the phone I'm filming this with, iPhone, is also made in China. So this means that with these kinds of tariffs, an iPhone is gonna cost $3,000 very soon in the store. It's insane. So this is a negative. However, what Trump also announced in this long, very, very long message, very long post, but it is very well summarized right here. Trump announced a 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs and the 10% tariffs effective immediately. And on this news, just markets just took off, and S&P showed the craziest reversal in one single day. So what he means by this is basically the only problem that we still have left is China. And China is not backing down. They are increasing tariffs, and Trump is increasing tariffs more for China. So it's a trade war. But every other country, they're not really in a rush to do much. Even Europe isn't really in a rush to do much because they understand that they cannot afford this. So Taiwan and Japan, I think, and so many other countries, India, came out and said, guys, stop this. Let's just figure this shit out. And Trump said, so for those who are actually going forward and they're trying to actually fix things and actually are trying to negotiate, those will not have those crazy tariffs for the next 90 days, giving enough time to actually make a deal. So this has been taken tremendously well by the market. However, there is one but to all of this. And one of the buts that really makes me kind of worried about this pump right here, because look, once again, it's pretty incredible. If you look at Bitcoin, we've basically almost kind of erased all the big, actually there, my order was at the bottom here, like 72K at the end of the day. I'll show you my trades transparently. But anyway, it's crazy type of a pump. However, in my opinion, this could be actually a very big bull trap. Let me explain why. Yes, we have a pause for the tariffs, but the tariffs and this whole entire trade war is still there. The situation with China is still not solved. So the fact that there is a 90-day pause on tariffs, do I really think that it's warranted to bring in $5.5 trillion into the US stock market today? Just for this reason alone? I don't really think so. And there is one thing that I think might actually be behind this crazy pump. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is this right here. Fed has announced emergency board meeting on the 7th of April. And yes, so it's been a couple of days ago. So there was an emergency meeting held by Fed, and everybody thought, okay, maybe they will pivot, maybe they will cut rates in response to the market crash. Maybe there will be some kind of quantitative easing announced, so that Powell finally flips and goes with what Trump wants him to do. And this, but in reality, we don't even know. What did they decide? What was the meeting, the details of the meeting? So we basically know nothing at this point. And what my thought was that maybe the market is actually pricing in something based on insider information, that during this meeting, something was decided, something very good and very positive, as I said, maybe a rate cut, maybe quantitative easing, whatever, something that we don't know. And for this reason, Wall Street, the ones who actually have insider information, actually pump the market because they know we're going into quantitative easing. And this is exactly what we want, as I told you before, for a really crazy, huge upside move. But if they didn't decide this, if they come out in the next 24 hours, they're gonna say, guys, we're not gonna be doing anything, because right now with this crazy pump in S&P 500, Powell can say, oh, well, the market is stable, it's strong, we don't need to cut rates, we don't need to go into quantitative easing. And then the narrative of the fact that I mentioned in the beginning of the video could come back saying that, okay, well, this pause doesn't really fix anything, there is still no quantitative easing, etc. So we really want to know at this point as to what exactly happened on the 7th, which we don't know yet. And once we know this, we can be determining exactly whether this reversal right here is real, and we actually are going into the bull market that we really wanted to see, in quantitative easing and money printing, the trade war out of the window, who gives a shit, and let's just pump to Valhalla. But until we know this, I think that this pump is not warranted unless it was based on some insider information. So therefore but overall certainly it's positive. We just want to know exactly when the Fed is gonna do what what we've been anticipating for them to do. So in terms of my trades, just being fully transparent and fully honest, here is the breakdown. Because of this bullshit, actually I have one position that is still left, right here, a very tiny position, in a small profit when it comes to my P&L. And basically I started this account with like 100K, and now it's back down to 100K. So when it comes to the trades, if they're gonna actually be loading, that would be very nice. When it comes to the trades themselves, I had taken, because of this movement down and Ethereum crashing down to below 1400 per Ethereum, which is, if you think about it, is pretty insane. Because of this crazy liquidation event, quite frankly, all of my trades got stopped out. So showing you this last Bitcoin long actually got just stopped out into break even basically. And then I had a few stop losses, minus 1,000, minus 9K, minus 5K. So basically everything we've made before, we kind of lost into a couple of stop losses. So only one position here is left. But given the circumstance, they really want to degen into more big trades right now over on Bybit. And by the way, as you can see, I'm trading over on Bybit, and there is an exclusive link only as part of this channel. Bybit has given our community the best trading terms, and if you use the link in the description of this video to sign up with Bybit, you can claim up to $30,000 initial deposit bonuses inside the reward center, and also you can claim up to 42% discount on trading fees. Link again down in the description of this video. So go use it to your advantage. What I want to do now, I want to see exactly what Fed did on the 7th. If they've really pivoted, if they've really announced buybacks, and if they're actually doing the same as China is doing right now, because China just announced the fact that they are going to be buying a lot of the assets of the Chinese stock market. So this is direct stimulation and liquidity injection. This is what we want to see. So at this point, it could turn out to be a huge bull trap. But unless really we find out what happened on the 7th. So until then, stay smart. And also, guys, I wanted to remind you about the waiting list for Kralow Financial Academy, which is right here. There's also a link to it down in the description of this video. It's not just about you at the academy. You don't just learn about how to trade, how to put together proper investment portfolios. You don't learn about how to manage your money correctly. That's one of the things. But you also learn personal financial literacy, budgeting, how to actually operate in this uncertain time in terms of money. Because a lot of people, what they think is they get themselves a villa like this and then they rent it out. But if you do the calculation at the end of the day, any rent, any real estate, you end up losing money because of inflation, because of taxes, because of repairs and all this bullshit. And sometimes it's empty. So there are better ways to actually make money. Even in crypto, even in this market, we are making 10, 15, 20% per annum in zero risk or low risk approaches, such as staking and different liquidity pools, and also funding rate arbitrage, and so many things that even outside of investing, outside of trading, that you can do in crypto, on top of proper financial literacy, that you can literally change your life. So link to the waiting list of Kralow Financial Academy in the description of this video, and we're going to be launching it very, very soon. So if you want to be up to date when it comes to finances in the real world of 2025 and 2026. So see you next video.